What's one word to describe how you feel about Ran Carthon being reportedly hired as Titans GM?
Jonathan goes hopeful. Gold rush there from Timothy. Now that's a good use of the hyphen right there.
Yeah,
You sit there, people be critical of the hyphen sometimes. Gold rush. I like that. Timothy, you're leading. Yeah. We're number 2. We've only read 2 comments. I think you're in the lead there, Timothy.
I see one that I think could pass it. I'm going to see if you agree with me. I'm going to let you get to it.
Big Ten Jeff says hopeful. Shocked from Steven. Jared says excited. Antonio says excited. Curious from Sean. Excited there from Jeff. Soulfield says pumped. KJ says pumped. Enthusiasm. Refreshing from Demetrius. Jarrell is excited. Rejuvenated from Steven. Good from Guy. Finally from Scoop. Hopeful from Jason. Eager is a good word there from Tiffany. Andre pumped. Excited from Sin City Titan. Pumped from Caleb. Optimistic from Greg. Confident from Juan. I may not get to your word because we got so many comments. Optimistic from Manny. Enthusiastic from Woodrow. We've got ecstatic from Caleb. Another rejuvenated from Jarvis. Change from Van. Hopeful from Gabriel. Refresh from Titans Kyle. Philosophy from Connor. Anxious from Pistol. We got a ton coming in. What word were you looking for? We got
I saw
young blood coming in there from.
That's something we haven't mentioned. 41 years old, right? 41 years old is Ran Carthon right there. So the one word that stood out to me was from Charles on YouTube. He goes, "Rantastic."
What's one word? Yeah.
Evaluation. Evaluation is my one word because I feel like that is where the Titans have missed most under John Robinson. I feel like with J-Rob, there were really good things in the first several years, right? My whole thing about John Robinson, his entire tenure was it's a lot easier to go from 3-13, 2-14 to 9-7. But once you get to 9-7, he established that, right? They broke through 11-5. They broke through 12-5 and were the 1 seed. But then there was that extra pressure where your evaluation is put to the test on sustainability. And I don't think John Robinson stayed true to his evaluation throughout there. I feel like he got cocky in some spots with Caleb Farley and Isaiah Wilson. He misevaluated some spots with guys like Darrington Evans. And I think personality misevaluation with Vic Beasley. I think there were some other spots there that he missed on. And so evaluation is the key word to me because that is what Ran Carthon is getting a lot of credit for and props for around the league. And we're going to have a ton of content, guys, on our website, a2zsports.com /Nashville for just the Nashville content about Ran Carthon as our Titans writers, Sam Phelan, Jack Gentry, Adam Holt, Zach Reagan, and more are going to continue to gather info on this guy. And, I've got a couple articles that are being worked on that I'm really excited to read once those guys do some more digging, but evaluation is a big deal when it comes to this guy.
I think that's a good word. I like Gold Rush. Man, that's a really good one. I'm actually going to take the hyphen out of Gold Rush and use that hyphen in my word. First round. Ran Carthon will be judged on his first round draft picks. What he does with them, too. It doesn't mean that he will actually pick them. He could trade them away from Aaron Rodgers. He could trade them away for something else. He could trade back to get more picks like we saw on multiple occasions from John Robinson. But Ran Carthon, where the Tennessee Titans have really messed up, is the first round. Now, they've had some hits, but they still haven't re-signed a first-round pick in years. Like Jeffrey Simmons is on the horizon, but they still haven't re-signed him.
John Robinson never got the chance to actually.
Not once did you re-sign a first-round pick. That is going to be the judge of what Ran Carthon can do because that's how you win. Nick Bosa, that's a pretty good pick. Now that's kind of like such a check mark. Just check the box and move forward in your draft.
Why do the Niners have that opportunity to draft Nick Bosa?
Because of an ACL.
Yeah, because Jimmy Garoppolo tore his ACL in week 2, and they sucked because they had Nick Mullins and another cast of character playing quarterback.
But what are you going to do with your first round picks? Well, you got to be better than drafting Caleb Farley. You got to be better than drafting Isaiah Wilson. You got to be better than drafting Rashaan Evans. You got to be better than drafting Corey Davis and Adoree Jackson at 5 overall and 18 overall. Yeah. Both those guys have went on to play other places, right? Because you didn't re-sign your first round pick. Now, Jack Conklin is a unique situation, as we know. He's been re-signed now. Well, he's been signed twice now with the Browns and has gone on to have a good career in a spot where the Titans have struggled over the last several years at tackle. But, and Marcus Mariota, first round pick, didn't work out.
That was not John Robinson, however.
No, I know. I'm just going through their first round picks. Now, I mean, we're back to 2015. Marcus Mariota did not work out as the number 2 overall pick. As a franchise, we're not talking about John Robinson. We're talking about it as a franchise. The franchise is trying to win a Super Bowl, right? Yeah. That's what's going to happen. Taylor Lewan was a good pick at 11. He had a good, solid career as a Pro Bowler, and he had injuries, and we know how the story ended. But he was a good pick. He gave you good play. Chance Warmack in 2013. Bad, really bad pick in your first round. Kendall Wright, very bad pick in your first round. Jake Locker, very bad pick in your first round. Derek Morgan was an okay pick. Now, at 16 overall, I think they got out of him what they wanted to get out of him. He wasn't Derek a superstar pass rusher, though.
No, but Derek Morgan tore his ACL going into his rookie training camp, and so that kind of was also a weird circumstance too. But he had a good career with the Tennessee Titans for sure.
But let's keep going.
Keep going.
I mean, I'll stop there just because you're getting into the other iPhone era, as we say. Yeah. But first round, that's my one word. That's the one thing that I am going to judge Ran Carthon on in his next, several years of being employed by the Tennessee Titans.